Hello, welcome back to From Soft Serve. And today, your eyes aren't deceiving you. This is Dark Souls 2. I I've been messaging with the as we normally do with the creator of the DS2 Lighting Engine mod, which is the best Souls mod that has arguably ever existed, to be honest. And I don't know. I've seen some of the things that was happening over there, and I was like, all right, I got to get in on this. Um, well, so they've enhanced it quite a bit since I've last looked, and you can now basically within the game itself, having DS2 Lighting Engine, the latest beta on the Discord, you can hit F3 to open up the level editor, and then you get this little menu that pops up. Because I literally just downloaded this like 20 minutes ago, so this is a bit fresh. This is a good experience for anyone else doing this without like any prep work or anything. So I haven't had any. I just literally downloaded it, knew nothing about how to do it, and I'm like, all right, can I figure this out? And turns out, yes, I can. Snap to game camera, which is delightful. So basically, I can snap to where my player character is, which is right here. You can see I'm kind of how it's rendering. Of course, this is all work in progress. This is why it's a beta. But I've already had some really cool results. So basically, you're in the level. You're currently playing the game. I don't even have DS Map Studio open because we're gonna add. I've already done a couple things like Majula and then like the On the Way to Force the Fallen Giants. So basically, we're gonna hit Create Level, and it's Force of the Fallen Giants because that's where we're at, and we're going to create that. And then I believe you connect it to Forest of the Fallen Giants by these checkboxes. So basically, like it'll load these in game. Well, I mean we're already in game, so essentially it'll know when to load them, right? As to similar to how Dark Souls functions, but this is all DS2 Lighting Engine doing it, which is just so cool. Oh my god! So here's my player character. Let's say we wanted to create a light. And we now have a light that we can move around and manipulate. And to simulate, this is my idea here, is that we could simulate a little bit of bounce lighting in that, that wasn't really present before that much. You had some light coming through here, but I was like, we might be able to move the light around here a little bit. And now I'm not a technical artist or level designer or anything. I fiddle, but I thought, oh, this might be kind of cool because so you can basically scroll down, and you can mess with the. This is similar to because I was talking to Rage Vitamins, the creator of DS2 Lighting Engine, and they were like, yeah, it's going to be very similar to DS Map Studio. So like these controls are very similar. Which is great because that's what I'm used to. But being able to do it in the game itself and not having to reload the game and save it into the files, and then this is kind of crazy. This is the amount of like quick iteration that you can do is bananas. So you can mess with the color temperature, which I think is really cool. So you can make it like for like the gutter, or not the gutter. God, it's been so long since I've been in DS2, but you can make it like green as hell, and for whatever level that is, I can't remember. But yeah, that's kind of the beauty of Dark Souls 2 is there's some really colorful, contrasty levels that could benefit from different color temperature. But if we match the color temperature just a little bit, you can also mess with the intensity of the light. Like this is so fucking cool. I'm over the moon, so I had to make a video about it. I know some people might be like, whoa, it's not a Dark Souls 1 video. But this is legitimately just a fucking game changer. This is so cool. The actual like iteration, like people more talented than me can take this. And just because I think they've already done that with like the Force of the Fallen Giants, adding like this really cool volumetric fog style thing. Because you can also basically change how much it interacts with the volumetric fog, which I think. Oh, good, I can move it a little bit. Yeah, it's a little small, or a little too big, so it's been hard to get all the way to the bottom here. But you can, yeah, so you can mess with how much it actually affects the volumetric fog, which is just so cool. You can kind of get this really cool effect, and you can like save the level and then get out of the editor, and you now have an added light that affects with the volumetric fog a little bit. I like, come on, that's just so fucking cool. That I can't get over how cool that is. That is genuinely. And then they have this little helper up here, which is fantastic. Move right, move back, undo, duplicate. These are all the things I was using in DS Map Studio. So to be able to do it in in the game itself, oh my god, that's so cool. I'm nerding out here a little bit because it's just, oh my god. And then you can, let's see. So you can delete it, it goes away. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. What I was gonna do, just as a test, I was doing this in Majula before I started recording. But I added this little torch thing. This has been in my version of the game. In the visual overhaul I did. Oh, I see little torches up there. Ooh, I should add some particle effects to that. Oh, interesting. Anyway, so we have the fire, the light, and I was kind of curious with this light placement tool. I don't know all the answers. I'll message more with Rage Vitamins, but because one issue I've had with these torch sconce thingies is that I can't make them to be like I can't make the light that's coming from them be a shadow casting light, right? That's been one thing that I can't seem to control or find in the params yet. And so I've always found that just really vexing. And so then I was like, well, the light placement might be the way to do that, in that we're basically bypassing whatever the game thinks. The game doesn't really matter that much anymore on this level. Oh my god, I love how the depth of field changes when you get closer. Like, I just want to put this in. This is so much work that Rage has done to create this. Like, I can't get over this mod. This is just genuinely baffling. So I had to make I had to make a video about this, and I'll have a link directly to DS2 Lighting Engine. I may already have that link in the description. I have a lot of links, but I'll make sure there's one there to download this mod. It'll be the Nexus version, but I'll make sure there's a link to the Discord as well, the DS2 Lighting Engine one, because that's where you can download the beta version that I'm using currently, and which makes perfect sense. You want to test betas before you put them on Nexus. Unfortunately for me, that's not really how I tend to do it. I just tend to have it be always betas, eternally beta, but people seem to be fine with it. I much respect this form, which is much safer, and this mod is way more important than my mod. And like, oh, we need to get DS2 Lighting Engine to be like the #1 DS2 mod in downloads. It's on its way. It's on the first page of the most popular results, right? But we need it to be #1. But let's create another light here. The good thing is that, yeah, it tends to create it close to where the player character is already. So you're like, oh, all right. So it's not hard to find it. And, so you can already see, like, the color temperature obviously is kind of at its default, which is fine, or whatever I had set it on the previous one. But you can very quickly kind of turn it to be matching. And that's not even with, like, the right color, to be fair. You can actually, of course, change the color of the light itself, which kind of is cool, because really you could just keep the color like that and then mess with the color temperature on its own, and you don't really need to mess as much, because look how quickly I was messing with the light temperature there. You just click and then boom, move it, got it, done, next. And that's really cool. That might be the quicker way. And so then we have intensity. If we want to flashbang everyone, it's definitely something, because I don't see the option to make it like shadow casting, so that might be obviously a future setting, but that would be really cool. Oh crap! I think my camera got. There's something with Dark Souls 2 and going. Yeah, see now it's like moving with it at the same time. A little tough to handle. Let's see. Yeah, we would prefer it to not do that. See now it's hard to select. It's a beta. No big deal. It is a beta. But this is how we could add bounce lighting to a lot of things. And yeah, I think I had to get out of the game to sort of undo this camera related shenanigans. But no big deal. But this was just a quick look. I just wanted to make a quick look. I'll be playing around with it more because it looks like this isn't just going to be for lighting. This could be potentially for placing other objects. And the more that you can do in DS2 Lighting Engine itself in game to create things, oh, like that's the holy grail, right? Not having DS Map Studio, don't get me wrong, I love it, and I'm in it all the time, obviously. And it's still incredibly powerful, and the amount of things DS Map Studio does is so ungodly, just unbelievable what they've done with that. It's maybe my favorite program ever, but this is crazy. This is just genuinely so impressive that definitely try it out. And I'm just so excited for like the more time because I'm going to go back to Dark Souls 1. That is my focus right now. I'm mainlining that because I feel like if I went back to another Dark Souls game, and Dark Souls 2 functions a lot differently for modding it in a lot of ways, and I don't want to. There's so many things to remember about how Dark Souls 1 functions that I'm hesitant to step away from that, and I'm having so much fun with Dark Souls 1. So I'm going to go back to Dark Souls 1. That's what you'll see in the future a lot. But occasionally, I do want to like highlight other cool things happening in the Dark Souls modding world, because this is just so ungodly awesome that I had to share it. This is just so cool. So please download this, try this out. I'm so excited to see what like talented level designers and artists can come up with this. Like the iteration is just crazy. How fast you can be like boom, 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 or I'm gonna light here, bounce lighting there. And some of the early results I've been seeing have been awesome. So that's been a quick look. If you enjoyed this, subscribe. I post mostly daily. Like the video. You know, it helps. The algo gods are very loving of that. They love that big time. And praise the sun. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.